Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a love reading, and I pre-shuffled some cards for this reading. So first we're going to look at your energy, and then we're going to look at the person you're connected to, and then we're going to look at the connecting energy between you, and then we'll pull tarot to see what we need to know about this situation. I haven't been doing as many readings this past week. I know some of you have noticed that. I've been feeling called to rest my energy, and I wasn't feeling like myself. And when I'm not feeling like myself, I have a hard time channeling other people's energies. So I've been focusing on my own energy. It's also finally feeling like spring where I am. So I've been trying to spend some time sitting in the sunlight, soaking up that sun, that spring sun. So I hope you're all doing well. I did feel really called to come on and do a reading today though, and I'm working with quite a few decks, so I decided to pre-shuffle them out. And like I said, after we get through this part, we'll get tarot. But I hope all of you are doing well. Thank you for sending me light and love and energy during my time where I needed to take a break. So let's start with your side. So for your side, we have temperance, balance. So this is your current energy, and if you're not resonating with this current energy, then it's probably not your reading. You may even resonate with the other side, so you'll just have to flip the messages if you're resonating with this side. But this is Sagittarius energy, balance. And temperance does talk about healing, finding balance within your own energy, balancing your feminine and masculine energy. You could also be re-examining priorities in your life right now. There is an energy of patience, trying not to rush or force anything. Then we have the Stingray for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay these cards out. I have no idea where I'm going to put them, but we're going to lay them out and then I'll talk about them. And then we have forgiveness. All right, so let's get your person's energy next. So we have Sagittarius here. We also have water energy with the Stingray, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Your person's energy, we have the Six of Cups. So clearly this person, is feeling nostalgic about you. They could also be healing childhood wounds with this card. We have the Elephant. So fire energy and water on their side. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius with the Elephant. And then we have what feels like a bit more fire with Perseverance. And then the connecting energy, I don't think you and this person are currently together. You may be talking, maybe, but I don't think that you're together. So we have the High Priestess with Listen. Where am I going to put these cards? We have Self-Love. Honk, honk, honk. I have my window open because it is very spring-like today. And then we have 22, Pegasus with Freedom. So like I said, judging by the connecting energy, I don't feel like you and this person are together right now. It feels like you're both very self-focused on your own energies right now, especially if you look at the body language of some of these cards. The Elephant and the Stingray are both facing up. They're not facing each other. Even all of these cards facing up, not facing each other, I always pay attention to the body language in the cards. All right, so I just kind of want to, it's not that I want you two to be separated, but I kind of want to have a little bit of separation between the two of you, if that makes sense, so that we can see very clearly you, them, connecting energy. So let me just make sure. Oh dear, that's not that's not looking good at all. Let me move that down a little. There we go. That looks a bit better. So we're going to start with your energy. Like I said, we have temperance for your energy. So it does feel like you are finding balance within your own life. You could be trying to find harmony within your own life, balancing those feminine and masculine energies, trying to remain patient. I know I already said some of these things. Re-examining the priorities you've chosen as well. You could be trying to find more of a balance between, you know, giving to this connection and giving yourself love. You could be trying to find more of a balance when it comes to work and rest, because I did mention that that's something I've been kind of focusing on, my rest this past week. I'm not someone who, I'm not sure if anybody else is feeling that in the energy, but I'm not really someone who, you know, naps anymore or anything. And this past week I've been napping every single day. Like, I've been really called to rest my energy. I'm not sure if anybody else is feeling that. So do I want to look at the book for you for temperance? Maybe I do. I'll just see if there's anything in this balance card. Renew, acknowledge, compromise, equality, harmony, healing. So this card suggests that you examine your relationships to see if they are truly in balance. So it may be more than just like, maybe this connection was imbalanced, or you felt like you were giving more than this person was giving in the past. But this could also point towards other connections in your life, friendships, work. Like I said, examining if there truly is a balance there. Re-examining the priorities you've chosen is what I was hearing. Take some time in peaceful solitude to renew your acquaintance with yourself. So that's kind of your energy. It feels like you're very focused on yourself right now. And let's see if there's anything else I want to mention. There's not really anything else I want to mention from the book about that card. I just wanted to mention that part. So renewing your relationship with yourself seems to be what's happening right now. And with the Stingray does talk about developing your confidence. So working on your confidence, your sense of self, developing a spine, however that resonates to you. So, you know, you could have been someone who let people take and take and take from you. You could have been someone who let people walk all over you because you lacked that self-confidence and that self-love. Where is the Stingray? The Stingray is one of my favorite cards, actually. Developing confidence, sense of self, or spine. So when in balance, eager and wants to grow, and it did come out in the upright. To bring into balance, move through the discomfort. So right now you're moving through the discomfort of whatever you're going through. The Stingray card represents a pivotal point in personal growth. The moment has come when the Stingray must decide between the old, easy, comfortable, and familiar, and the new, challenging, uncomfortable, and unfamiliar. Pressure from family and friends makes the decision even more complicated. No matter what choice is made now, it's inevitable that this dilemma will surface again and again, as the force of Dharma growing within the Stingray is too strong to ignore. So that's your energy right now. And then this forgiveness card spoke volumes. So let me just read you the forgiveness card. This is connected to the throat chakra. And actually, I should mention, is it connected to the throat chakra? No, it's not. What am I talking about? It's connected to the third eye. It's connected to the sixth chakra, representing our sixth sense. But before I continue, I do want to mention that when I was shuffling this deck, the throat chakra card came out with the temperance card. So you could have a blocked throat chakra, or you could be working on learning how to express yourself more, speak up about your needs, especially if you have connections where there is an imbalance or you don't feel like your needs are being met. So forgiveness. Amethyst. Amethyst protects us from toxic situations. This card indicates healing and allowing yourself to return to the natural state of peace once again. Remember, we never forgive others. We only forgive ourselves for loving others who betrayed us. This is a time of personal evolution. So that's your energy right now. And you could be, you could be forgiving this person for whatever went on in the past within this connection. But I also feel like you are also forgiving yourself for, maybe putting up with less than you deserved for a while, or maybe enabling a situation. Because people can only treat us badly if we allow them to. I hope that I'm not triggering anyone when I say that. That's something that I've had to learn. Like when someone's mistreating you and you continue to give them energy, you're enabling them to keep mistreating you, if that makes sense. So I feel like right now you're also trying to forgive yourself for allowing whatever played out in this connection to play out, is what I was hearing. And both of these cards talk about personal growth and evolution. So that's what you're going through right now. So forgiveness. So the inspiration, Rhonda the Rhino. Rhonda's true essence lies not in harboring resentment. She transcends forgiveness because her focus is on her intention, not on her pain. And that's what I meant about how it feels like you're also not harboring resentment towards this person. You're not focused on your pain right now. This may also be a time of family healing. Can I forgive myself for loving people who hurt me? So you could also, too, be healing some childhood wounds here. This person could have even been treating you in ways that you were treated as a child. They could have been triggering that wound within you. And I always say, back to what I was saying about enabling, when we're children and we're not having our needs met by our parents, and we're, 4 or 5 or 6 or 8 or whatever age you were, you can't just get up and leave that situation. You can't just leave your parents' house at that young of an age and take care of yourself. So you have to stay in that unhealthy situation where your needs aren't being met, and you have to kind of adapt to it and learn how to self-protect. But as an adult, we have the power, even though sometimes it takes some of us a while to embody that power, we have the power to say no to situations like that. But sometimes when there's love involved, especially romantic love, it can be hard to leave that situation. But again, what I was saying is when we're kids, we can't possibly leave that situation, so we have to learn to adapt. But as an adult, we do have the power to put up boundaries and to respect ourselves, not to put up with that behavior. So I'm not saying that you didn't do that, but what this card does talk about is it's about forgiving yourself for allowing someone to mistreat you. So you could have allowed this person to cross boundaries. You could have allowed them to mistreat you because you were lacking that self-confidence, or you were lacking that inner strength and healing. I hope that makes sense. It does talk about past wounding as well. So I feel like whatever happened in this connection, it triggered your past wounding. And like I said, this person could have appeared in your life and been kind of triggering an unhealed wound within you. That could have been part of your soul contract with this person, that they were meant to trigger that past wound, possibly from your childhood, so that you would finally heal it. Belonging, self-forgiveness, fulfillment. So there is a meditation here, And I want to mention it because your person has this Six of Cups energy, which seems to also be about childhood wounding. So I'm just going to mention this meditation for you. Take a deep breath, exhaling all that does not serve you. Bring forward someone you are struggling to forgive. That could be your parent, that could be this person, that could be yourself. See them as a small child, allow them to reach out to you. Notice your reaction to them. Which deserves your energy, holding on to your dream or holding on to resentment? So I do feel like if you are holding on to resentment, there's an energy of needing to release that resentment and pain by healing yourself. And maybe like that helped for me with my own parents, imagining them as children who went through something similar where they weren't having their needs met. It doesn't make it okay what this person did to you or what someone who hurt you did to you. But I'm hearing like, and again, it doesn't mean it's okay, but I'm hearing hurt people hurt people. So imagining the person who hurt you as a small child who was hurt the same way could help you to release some of the resentment and anger towards them. And again, also about forgiving yourself. Anyway, let's move on. I feel like I'm rambling a little. So your person's current energy, they are in the energy of Six of Cups. So thinking about you, feeling very nostalgic about you, remembering happy memories between the two of you with the Six of Cups. And like I said, I feel like this person is actually working on their own wounding, thinking about their inner child wounding. They could even be having similar realizations about their parents or about their upbringing. I think it's very possible that maybe like you were both triggering childhood wounds within this connection. And we'll start with the elephant. So the elephant does show this person, we see this little illuminated jewel here. It does seem like this person is going through some sort of awakening. And I do believe your person is someone who has been wounded in the past. Again, that doesn't mean that what they did to you is okay. But if you look at this elephant, one of the tusks is broken. So I do feel like this person has been through a lot in their life. And this temperance card, I should have mentioned it, but this temperance card also mentions about accepting that people are who they are because of their upbringing and their experience. So I do feel like your person has also been through things in their life that maybe, how can I put that? That affect the way they show up in relationships because of something they went through in their past. Again, I'm not making excuses. I'm just trying to explain. So the elephant, unstoppable, auspicious, wise. When in balance, one-pointed focus, generous and loving to bring into balance trust. The elephant is arguably the most auspicious figure in the deck. Like Ganesh, the elephant represents immense wisdom as well as good fortune. It is said that the great elephant is the destroyer of obstacles. So if this card appears when you feel stuck, rest assured the path will soon become clear. To add to the mystery, the elephant is also known to create obstacles in order to steer us in the right direction. So right now I feel like your person is having like little tower moments placed around them to get them going in the right direction. Trust this gentle, noble creature. It illuminates the way with the light of self-knowledge. So in both energies and the connecting energy, there's a lot about self-mastery, self-love, self-knowledge, self-healing, focus on self. And that's why I don't think you're with this person right now. It feels like you're both in independent energies here. So then perseverance. I wanted to read perseverance to you. So this is the second chakra, which is sacral, I believe, but don't quote me on that. Please don't quote me on that. And it has to do with emotional. Our emotions and how we relate to them. You need to master the skill of steering your emotions as you would a ship on the high seas. Interesting. So this person could be struggling with their feelings and emotions right now. Next, observe your feelings rather than acting on them. So emotional discipline. So your person learning how to have emotional discipline and not just act on feelings. So perseverance. This card refers to movement and true feelings. Focus on that which supports you. You may have a heightened emotional state. So again, they could be feeling very nostalgic about you. And this card can inspire or discourage. You are being offered a way of getting something back on track. So right now your person is being offered like little tower moments, realizations to get things back on track here. And it almost looks like they're being guided by someone here, like their higher self, a spirit guide, maybe even their inner child. So perseverance, don't quit before the miracle. All right. Can you ignore the feelings that would sidetrack you? Will you let go of fear and persevere? This is your person's current energy. Breaking through, overcoming doubts. So they are having a breakthrough moment here, overcoming obstacles. Interesting. So that's your person's energy. And then for the connecting energy, we have listen, which is High Priestess energy. And High Priestess energy is typically very quiet and guarded and patient. So it feels like things are very quiet between the two of you. It's also about trusting your inner knowing. This is both of you connecting energy. So right now you're tapping into your inner knowing. You're both tapping into your intuition. Again, I feel like things are very quiet between you. If you are talking, I don't feel like, I feel like there may be masks being worn. Like maybe you both aren't being completely open with the High Priestess card. Self-love and freedom, both of those cards do talk about focus on self as well. And this is connecting energy for the two of you. So I'm just going to read self-love to you first. 61. This card indicates a need to focus on your attention on loving and believing in yourself. By drawing this card, you are being encouraged to make your relationship with yourself a #1 priority, as this is the key to happiness and the manifestation of your dreams. Rather than dwell upon your shortcomings, you must embrace and accept who you are. So again, you're both being called to focus on yourselves right now and to trust your inner knowing. And there's also a meaning of the High Priestess that sometimes I hear other tarot readers talk about, where you're starting to see through your programming. You're starting to undo lifelong ingrained behaviors and patterns. So I wanted to mention that as well. Anything else? Now is the time to start treating yourself like a friend by replacing your negative self-talk with positive affirmations. Statements that affirm that you're lovable, worthy, and perfect just as you are help raise your vibration and improve your life circumstances. Set aside time to write down all the things you admire about yourself, such as your sense of humor, your smile, or your capacity to love. Every little thing counts, and nothing is insignificant or minor. And we have the Pegasus, which I know from one of my other decks, the Pegasus does talk about transmuting energy or going through some sort of transmutation of energy. So I feel like that was worth mentioning here. Find freedom in the mastery of oneself. This is also on page 77. I like that. You cannot control others. To be truly free, you must cultivate your independence. No one owns you but you. You always have a choice. Look to your values in order to make a good decision. So again, you're both meant to be focusing on yourselves right now. And I actually just want to grab one more book about that Pegasus. I can't remember what page the Pegasus is on. So let me just look. Transcending obstacles. Nice. Page 90, which is also 9. 9 can be a very independent energy as well. It's the energy of the Hermit. It's the energy of the 9 of Pentacles. Very independent energy. So connecting energy, I'm just going to read what the Pegasus is from. I didn't use this deck, but this is one of my favorite oracle decks. And I'm just going to read the Pegasus card. You're on a pilgrimage of the soul. It's time to transcend the weight of earthly burdens. Fly over situations that have been pulling you down. Don't involve yourself with the drama of others. When you remember that you have come from spirit and are eternal, challenging situations will resolve. A profound transformation is at hand. And I can see that in both of your energies. You're both transforming. So we're going to get some tarot now to confirm all of this. We're going to use Crystal Magic Tarot. All right. So where shall I begin? Let's begin with you. So Spirit, we're going to look at the viewer first. Let's look at the viewer. Feels good to shuffle on camera. I didn't, because I shuffled all of these off camera. I'm just going to shuffle one more time. We have the Star, healing, beautiful. All right, so we're going to look at the viewer first. We have the Fool. So new beginnings, very nice. Rebirth energy, I'm hearing. So let's see your energy first. Show me the viewer, please. Show me the viewer. We have the Queen of Wands. I love it. I love it. Love it. Working on your confidence, standing in your power. A little bit of Black Cat energy. Love it. Especially with that Stingray card. Love it. Very magnetic energy. So if you don't feel like you're fully there, you're on your way to this Queen of Wands energy. A very independent energy as well. You could be focused on your creativity as well. But again, harnessing your own confidence, trusting your inner power. We have the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom. So right now the wheel is turning in your favor, I'm hearing, and you are making adjustments, letting things that need to end. Beautiful. So Queen of Wands, let's just look at you for a minute. I love it. Again, it's a little bit of Black Cat energy. Confident, self-assured. Like I said, you may be working up to this. You may not feel like you're fully there, but you're going through a glow up. And if you're not, you're about to be. Confident, self-assured, passionate, determined, charismatic, vivacious, optimistic. The Queen of Wands represents self-confidence, independence, and courage. This card symbolizes growth that takes place along the journey to becoming a strong and self-assured individual. Love it. I love it. So very magnetic energy coming from you right now. And again, if you're not fully there, that's where the wheel is turning, okay? This wheel is turning towards this glow up energy. Love it. Standing in your power. All right, let's see your person's energy. We have the 8 of Coins. So that's interesting as well, because your person seems to be very focused on their own stability. They're focused on self-mastery. They're focused on honing their skills. What's really interesting too is you see this crow trying to get underneath these pentacles to these heart-shaped rocks. So I do feel like your person is going through some sort of breakthrough moment here. Very committed to the journey, committed to persevering, committed to healing these childhood wounds, committed to overcoming these obstacles. They're showing a lot of dedication. You could also be connected to someone who is an entrepreneur with the Eight of Pentacles, or they're also, you know, focusing on work, developing skills at work, becoming financially independent. Very good. They could also be furthering their education in some way and following through with their goals. So this person is in the energy of follow through. Again, they're very dedicated to overcoming obstacles. They're very dedicated to overcoming these towers, and they're persevering here. I like it. It's good. I like it. They could also be thinking about commitment as well with the Eight of Pentacles. They could be reflecting on how much I'm just seeing a lot of dedication in your person's energy towards what they need to do towards this connection. And maybe in the past they weren't showing that dedication. So let's see how you're feeling about them. That came out so quick. We have the High Priestess. All right, so it feels Ace of Swords on the bottom. So it does feel like you want to talk to this person, but right now you're holding back with the High Priestess. It does feel like you have an inner knowing about this person with the High Priestess for how you feel about them. It also shows that you feel like they're holding back communication from you right now. We also have these two mirrors and these two flames. So you could resonate with counterparts or twin flames. I also notice a little flame over here. And just, you know, the energy I was getting of a soul contract. Anyway, so for how you feel about them, you're trying to be patient. You're trying to trust your inner knowing, trust your intuition. The High Priestess is someone who's full of passion and love, but remains behind a calm, cool exterior. So it does feel like you're trying to remain patient when it comes to this person. And again, you feel like right now, this person is not reaching out to you or communicating with you. And if they are, you feel like they're kind of holding back or wearing a mask with the High Priestess. You could also feel like this person, I mentioned it for a reason. You could also feel like this person has a lot of programming or deeply ingrained childhood wounding that they need to heal, that they need to have a breakthrough moment about. Holy cow, right underneath the Ace of Swords, we have the Emperor. So it does feel like you feel like you're going to remain quiet and let this person take the lead or step up here with communication. Let's get one more for how you feel about them. We have the King of Cups. So clearly you love this person. What's interesting though is the King of Cups is someone who needs to balance their head and heart in love and show emotional intelligence. And something about this Perseverance card did talk about how maybe this person doesn't always do that. So for how you feel about them, you want to marry this person. Holy cow, we've got Four of Wands on the bottom and the King of Cups. You clearly love this person. Holy cow. You clearly love this person. You could see them as your counterpart 1111. But it feels like, to me, you feel like they do need to mature and become more emotionally mature and intelligent. If they were, like if you were to get married or come into union with them. Clearly you love them, King of Cups. Highest form of love. So maybe you do, like maybe you feel like you've never had feelings like anyone. Maybe you feel about this person like you've never had feelings of love like this for anyone else. I'm hearing love of a lifetime. And, you know, in the past, for how you're feeling about them, my chair's squeaking. I'm thinking about the shadow aspects of the King of Cups and the fact that you're in Temperance and the Stingray and needing to focus on self-love. This person maybe didn't put in enough effort towards you in the past. The forgiveness card also talked about forgiving yourself for putting up with toxic situations, and the shadow attributes of the King of Cups can be someone who comes across a little emotionally toxic or manipulative, doesn't put in enough effort. So it's not in the reverse, but I want to mention it because you're in the energy of temperance and forgiveness. So I wanted to mention it. So it feels to me like you're feeling like if you were to settle down with this person, they would need to put in the effort, they would need to put in the work, they would need to learn how to balance their head and heart and not react from a triggered, shadowy place, if that makes sense. But like I said, clearly you love this person, King of Cups. So let's see how they're feeling about you. You could be fire and water pairing. Let's see how, we also have Pisces energy with the High Priestess, fire energy with the Queen of Wands. Let's see how they're feeling about you. How are they feeling about you? Well, we have the Star. So I do feel like this person feels like this is a connection that's causing them to heal or was a catalyst for healing. I do feel like this person still feels connected to you, wants a reconnection, still has hope for this connection. We have the Page of Coins for how they feel about you. So it does look to me like this person wants to offer you some sort of new beginning or new chapter. They see, you know, being able to have a new chapter with you. I knew that was the Chariot. That did the most dramatic flip in the air. We have the Chariot in reverse, though. So this person feels right now like you're not taking any action towards them. You're not coming towards them. I'm also getting a strong feeling that this person feels like they need to work on themselves more before coming towards you with an offer of a fresh start. Page of Pentacles. This person sees you as someone very quiet right now, I'm hearing. Again, it feels like you're very quiet. You're not taking action towards them with the Chariot in reverse. You're not making any move towards them. Obstacles. So they feel like there's obstacles here that they need to overcome before they can offer you this Pentacle. Which makes, you know, they are in Eight of Pentacles energy. So this person still feels like there's more that they need to work on before they're in that Nine of Pentacles, feeling empowered, and then that 10 of Pentacles being ready to commit, if that makes sense. So this person feels like there's obstacles preventing them from coming towards you right now, maybe external obstacles. And you could have also been in the past very, like you could have wanted to control the outcome here in the past. So in the past, you could have been very, I don't want to say forceful, but you could have been, I have no other word for it, but you could have been pressuring or forceful about commitment, and maybe they weren't ready to commit, if that makes sense. This person, they also feel like they have too much going on right now to come towards you and offer you dedication and stability right now. It doesn't mean they don't want to. We've got the Star and the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom for how they feel about you. So clearly this person feels like there's still adjustments that they need to make and changes that they need to make and healing that they need to do before they come towards you. We'll look at their intentions though. I'm going to get one more for feelings. How does this person feel about you? Oh, wow. So we've got the 10 of Swords in reverse and the 10 of Wands in reverse. So this person definitely wants to overcome these obstacles and they want to put this connection back together. We've also got 10-10 here. Very interesting. So again, for how they feel about you, they do want to overcome these obstacles. This actually makes sense with what I was seeing here and the obstacles with the elephant, because this card The Ten of Wands in reverse talks about wanting to delegate some of their responsibilities or remove some of those obstacles so that they can put those burdens down and put this connection back together with the Ten of Swords in reverse. That is about like wanting to reconciliate with you, wanting to put a connection back together, Ten of Swords in reverse, wanting to heal this. But again, the Ten of Wands in reverse shows that there's things that they need to overcome before they can do that. So whatever is going on in their personal life, I don't know what's going on in your person's personal life, but clearly there's something happening there. And again, it feels like they want to be able to show dedication and effort, which is what you want, I think. And they know that if they come in right now, they can't give that to you at this exact moment, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. I don't know. Maybe your person isn't feeling well. All of a sudden, my throat feels very sore. All of a sudden, like in the last 2 minutes it started. So maybe your person's not feeling well, or maybe that has to do with the throat chakra. This Ten of Wands in reverse also speaks of them wanting to be able to share with you emotionally. They want to find emotional support from you. That's interesting. So there could be something they're going through that they're really missing, having you as a sounding board or missing your emotional support. So they need to release some unnecessary responsibilities and unload some of these burdens before they put this connection back together with you. All right, let's look at their intentions. What are their intentions? Well, we have the King of Coins on the bottom. There's a big dog hair on my table. What are their intentions? There's a card on the floor. I can't reach it. So we have the Three of Coins that fell on the floor. So their intentions are to, it's funny, there's a peacock there. So a peacock always makes me think of renewal. It also makes me think of like Nine of Pentacles energy. So I feel like when they're out of this Eight of Pentacles, remember I mentioned Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles? I feel like when they're in more of that Nine of Pentacles energy, their intentions are to come towards you with this Three of Pentacles, to get on the same page, to see if you can work together as a team. I'm seeing that I've been using that Intuit Tarot deck, and the Three of Pentacles says doing it together. So their intentions are they want to do this together. And then we have the King of Cups, or sorry, the King of Coins on the bottom, which is about wanting to protect and provide, wanting to commit, wanting long-term stability with you. So those are their intentions. Let's get one more to confirm this. I'm actually being told to take that. So it's like this person, their intentions are to be a provider towards you. So maybe this person feels like they need to have a certain amount of money or a certain amount of status before coming towards you, like when it comes to their work. But anyway, let's get another one. Why is that person licking their finger? Anyway. Their intentions towards you. Their intentions. We have the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups does talk about wanting to deepen a connection with you. Wanting to deepen an existing connection with you. Wanting to come in, provide their intentions to provide and protect, but also to show compassion and warmth and empathy and love, to deepen this connection, caring and supportive. Their intentions are to be caring and supportive towards you with the Queen of Cups. And There's something here about your person. Their intentions seem to have to do with something about their pentacle world and their self-love, with the Queen of Cups and the King of Pentacles. I want to see what you need to focus on right now. What do you... Well, let me just look at the Queen of Cups before I continue on. Queen of Cups. Caring and supportive, deepening existing connections. Yeah. And their intentions seem to be to stand strong and communicate their truth to you. All right, so what can you focus on right now? And look at that, we have the King and Queen of Cups here. So what can you focus on right now? What is your advice? What can you focus on right now? What is your advice? What is your advice? What can you focus on right now? We have the Eight of Swords in reverse. So that's about releasing limiting beliefs. So surrendering the control over this connection, surrendering limiting beliefs, negative thinking, negative self-talk, negative affirmations I'm hearing, because there is such a thing as negative affirmations where you're repeating, they'll never change, that'll never happen, they'll never come forward, they'll never reach out, they'll never do this, they'll never do that. You need to release whatever those thoughts are that you're having. You need to release those and replace them with positive affirmations. And I tell people that, like, if you're feeling called to type in the comments, they'll never change, just leave out the word never and say they will change. Just leave out the word never and affirm it. They will change. Anyway, I've been looking at, I want to read you this one. I'm going to read you the advice from this book. So, the Eight of Swords in reverse examines how we can take responsibility for our actions and learn from past challenges. Don't rest in the shadows. They are potential doorways of light. You understand the benefit of aligning with love in all areas of your life, and how negative attachments to issues or other people only exacerbate the challenges along the way. Don't let the fleeting ruminations siphon your essence. Yes, don't let the fleeting ruminations siphon your essence. Look at the affirmation. I am ready to look beyond this veil. And remember I mentioned looking beyond the veil with the High Priestess. So again, releasing negative thoughts, limiting beliefs, you know, maybe changing your perspective with the Eight of Swords in reverse. Let me just read from this book too. Free yourself from limitations, overcome fears and worries. The pressure that has been put on you all this time is easing. You now have a clear understanding of what is around you, and you can deal with whatever is hindering your progress. Once you have conquered your fears, you can start over. There are no more obstacles, and the path is clear. Now is the time for self-affirmation and rejection of the restrictions that others impose on you. There is a way out of this situation. Eight of Swords in reverse. That's your advice. So, I want to see... Let's just look at future energy between you and your person, and this will show me what action they're taking. So let's do 6 weeks, the next 6 weeks. Energy between you and this person in the next 6 weeks. Energy between you and this person in the next 6 weeks. We've got forward movement here. We've definitely got forward movement. So we've got Page of Swords, Three of Wands, Six of Swords, and the Fool. So it definitely looks like in the next 6 weeks, there's going to be movement forward within this connection. Three of Wands is about, someone leaving their comfort zone and taking a leap of faith with the Fool. It can also be about creating a lasting foundation, making plans in love. Six of Swords does talk about repairing a disconnect or repairing a connection after a disconnect, and about moving into calmer waters. And Page of Swords to me looks like the start of a conversation, especially that it came out with the Three of Wands. So in the next 6 weeks, to me, it's looking like you're going to have a message from this person. With the Page of Swords, there's going to be some sort of the start of communication. With the Page of Swords, I always say with the Page of Swords, it's almost like someone trying to get their foot in the door. That's what it reminds me of. That's what I always hear when I pull the Page of Swords, like someone's sending a message to kind of get their foot in the door. Three of Wands, something you've been manifesting coming in, your ship's coming in. I thought I saw the Wheel of Fortune. Was I imagining that? I guess I was imagining that. That's strange. Okay. Anyway, I saw the Wheel of Fortune. I don't know where. Oh, it's right here. There it is. I knew I saw it. I knew I wasn't imagining things. So we see the wheel turning in your favor. The Wheel of Fortune also talks about changes within a connection. So something in the next 6 weeks is changing within this connection. And the Wheel of Fortune talks about navigating those changes together. And then we have the Fool and the Six of Swords. So it feels like someone making the decision. We see this person with the Two Swords. Someone coming out of a period of stagnation. Someone coming out of isolation, wanting to move into calmer waters with you. Like I said, it's like, I'm not seeing this as like this person is gonna, I don't see this as you reuniting in like marriage in the next 6 weeks. I see you moving into calmer waters and navigating changes together, getting on the same page. That's their intention, right? Three of Pentacles. This person taking a leap of faith towards you, and the start of a reconnection where you navigate these changes together, get more information with the Page of Swords. Like I said, I always see the Six of Swords as a reconnection, not a reunion. So it's like somebody takes a leap of faith, sends a message, comes towards you, Three of Wands, and you start to reconnect is what I'm hearing. Hopefully that makes sense. So my friends, I'm going to leave it here now, but I am sending you lots of love and light, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.